Good morning. I'm Bill Winters here from Glasgow, and I've been spending the week on a broad range of sustainability issues. But I've got a really special one that I get to talk about and participate with my partner here, Boden from Starling Bank, which is a venture that has come out of the venture lab at Standard Chartered called Shoal. You can get all the details about it at joinshoal.co.uk. But the idea here is to take some of the sustainability themes that have been so crucial to the evolving of our thinking at Standard Chartered and to put them into the hands of consumers in the UK. And we couldn't be happier than to kick this off together with Starling Bank, who has been a great partner in terms of shaping this, and I know will be instrumental in terms of getting this set of capabilities into the hands of UK consumers who want to have a choice about what they do with their charitable giving, and in particular, have a choice across the range of areas where they can deploy some sustainability pounds. Just a bit about Standard Chartered. We're a 163-year-old bank that operates around the world, but with a particular focus on Asia, the Middle East, and Africa, headquartered in the UK. And our mission has always been to help connect markets in the UK with the rest of the world and to connect them to each other. So driving trade and prosperity at the very core of what we do. Because the markets where we operate will be the ones that are most impacted by climate change, we've been early in the game of understanding how we could help our clients across Asia, the Middle East, and Africa to mitigate the risks that they have to increasing temperatures, but also, and maybe much more importantly in the long run, to make the investments themselves to transition away from high carbon business models into a low carbon economy. So Standard Chartered has set out its net zero transition plan, a very detailed report. Feel free to drag it off our website. It's quite a read, with a view to being very clear across the sectors that are the most carbon emitting in our portfolio. These are the people to whom we lend money. That's the source of our emissions. To have a transition down to net zero, and by 2050 with a 50% achievement by 2030. But a critical part of that isn't just what we can do ourselves in terms of helping our clients to transition to a low carbon economy. It's how we can facilitate the movement of money from all of us that want to do the right thing in the climate space into the hands of the people that can actually get the carbon out of the environment. And Shoal is a great example of a way that we can tap into our technical competence that in this particular product developed together with Starling, tapping into the customers in our home market, but also making sure that money goes to the uses that they think are most important. So thanks again for joining me this morning. I'm going to hand over to Anne now to make some comments about Starling and Shoal, and then I think we'll come back for a bit of a discussion.
Good morning, Bill, and thank you for inviting me to talk this morning about this fantastic initiative. First of all, something about Starling Bank. Starling Bank was founded in 2014 as a bank, as a digital bank, to provide a whole new proposition to customers. I had a long career in banking, and I decided in 2014 that we needed a new bank with a new, fairer proposition for customers, built on the best technology possible, built from scratch. And we have 2.5 million customers in the UK. And we also have a proposition which is called Banking as a Service. And Banking as a Service provides the best-in-class technology platform for other businesses to build their own business. And this is what we're jointly announcing this morning with Standard Chartered, in that Starling Bank will be providing the platform to this new wonderful service. Right, but something about our own, what we're here to talk about in this event today. We're talking about our commitment to climate change and what we're going to do to resolve and address this very, very important problem. Now, as a new bank, we don't have many of the issues of old organisations such as oil and gas or traditional banks. We don't invest in fossil fuels because we have a retail business and a SME business. But today, we're committing to reducing our own carbon emissions by 2030 by 1/3. We're also committing today to offset our carbon emissions from all our own operations and supply chain from this year, from 2021. But I'm very excited that having the opportunity to support Standard Chartered's initiative to try to give UK consumers some sort of option where they can invest in the right sort of investment products. And on that point, I think back to Bill.
Good. Well, thanks, Anne. It's really been great working with you. I know our teams have worked very closely together to develop a really differentiated product. And of course, we hope that all 2.5 million Starling customers can sign up at justshoal.co.uk. But beyond that, we hope that the rest of the population of the UK thinks this is a good idea. And to the extent that they do, of course, there's a big world out there. And this is just one of the many ways that I think we can all find to use technology, to use some creativity around the way that we position the products that we offer for what customers actually want. And I know, speaking with my colleagues inside Shoal and inside Standard Chartered, the recognition was that people really want to do the right thing. Our customers and Starling's customers overwhelmingly want to do the right thing. I think they're still trying to figure out in many ways what they think the right thing is. I think that's part of the benefit and objective of a session like COP, where we can explore some of the issues, some of the trade-offs that are made, but also some of the areas that we should really be prioritizing, and they just help deliver that message out to a population that's saying, we know there's a problem, we know there's an opportunity. I've got my own views of what the priorities should be. I want to do my part, and my part can be very, very small, or it can be very large, depending on one's resources and inclinations. But the opportunity, and I think this is one of the beauties of Shoal, and this is why in the Standard Chartered process, Shoal was identified as a product that was initially a germ of an idea from a couple of my colleagues, Joan and Tom, who thought this would be an interesting thing, put it forward as effectively in an internal competition to determine what the best ideas were that we could come up with. We've had, I think, over 3,000 of these submissions over the past couple of years of good ideas where colleagues of mine thought they could make an impact in one way or other. You go through a very rigorous selection process, but also with a lot of coaching and development, increasing funding as you get through successive rounds, not completely dissimilar to a venture capital fundraising approach. And just a few ultimately are picked for full-scale rollout. Shoal was one of them, and here we are today. So this is a super exciting intersection or conjunction of, on the one hand, an innovation process at Standard Chartered. I think Anne could and would talk about the process at Starling, which probably has some similarities, and what a great success has been. 2.5 million customers from nothing in 2014. I mean, well, that's just a fabulous outcome. Of course, we have the similar sort of ambition for Shoal, but it's an intersection of what a good, innovative, creative process can do when you're listening first and foremost to what your customers want, what are the unmet customer needs, but at the same time marrying that to a sustainability agenda that you just heard Anne talk about as being critical to Starling. Some of you will have heard, or if not, you're hearing it now, just how critical this is for Standard Chartered, something that's a path that we've been on very clearly for the past 5 years and are accelerating. To bring these two things together into the launch of Shoal is just super exciting for me, and I expect for Anne as well. But and I'd love to get your perspective on your own creative process that led to Starling, and maybe how that links into to the work and the support you've given to Shoal.
Yeah, yes, I founded Starling in 2014 after a long career in banking because I knew that customers were changing. They wanted something different. They wanted an organization that looked out for them, that was fairer, that was built on the best technology in the world. And when you create that vision, you also create customers and draw customers and employees that also believe that things can change. And I think we heard, today virtually at COP26, looking at a world that could change. It is possible for things to be done. It was possible for me to decide to, raise money to have a new bank. And it is possible to attract the customers and employees that really believed that things could change. And I think that is why we believe at Starling that certain things are very, very important. We're a digital bank, so we've already got quite a low carbon footprint. But we are working with our customers on making sure we do our bit. We have greener offices, we have greener way to pay. For example, we launched the first UK MasterCard from totally recyclable plastic. We have a partnership with InstaVolt, so people can charge their electric vehicles. And what is really interesting, we have been working with a series that's been sponsored by David Attenborough and a gentleman called Jack Harris, which is which is called Seat at the Table. And Seat at the Table is all about talking to people at the front line of solving this problem. And out there talking to people around the world about the impact of climate change on them. And we've been working with them and supporting them. And we, as an organisation in Starling, passionately believe that we have to respond to what customers want and what our employees and people want. And they want us to do something about climate change. And that is why we're so thrilled to be working and supporting Standard Chartered in launching this product, whereby customers throughout the UK can actually invest in the right sort of initiatives. This is a Standard Chartered proposition, but it's actually going to be powered by Starling. Standard Chartered are our client, and we're providing this service to them. And all of us in Starling are very, very excited about this.
And it's so great to hear both the Starling story and to see the similarities between the thought process that went into the creation of your great and very successful digital bank, which is, we can almost say it's an old neobank. I mean, you've made it at 2.5 million customers 7 years later. And Shoal, which is launching this week, and we'll start off with just a few customers, one of which will be me, in fact, because I think it's just a super proposition, and I love the idea that I get a choice in terms of where I direct the money or the resources that I think are important. And we're delighted to have been powered and to continue to be powered by the technology and that you built at Starling. But we know that it goes beyond that. We know that there's fundamentally a partnership that's led to this co-creation in much the same way as we have partnerships inside our companies that leverage the various resources that we've got. And in your case, obviously, all the learnings from delivering a product to 2.5 million customers in the UK with cutting-edge technology. Standard Chartered has similar experiences in different markets. We don't have 2.5 million customers in the UK. I hope that we get 2.5 million customers through Shoal and then keep on going. But the fact that we can work together with such a successful organization that has shared values around sustainability, I think a shared approach to the ways that technology can be a real force for good in this, and anchoring that investment in that force for good around what the customers actually want, which isn't the way banks have always operated. And I think that's the opportunity that Starling saw 7 years ago, and it's the opportunity that Standard Chartered has seen for some time as well, and that we see very much here with this co-creation of Shoal. So, and I think we could probably. Please.
I think the interesting thing is how technology can enable these things. We are working here remotely. We don't have to travel. We can save all those carbon emissions by actually using technology for good. And we must empower organizations and empower our people to do things efficiently. And that's what's so exciting about the world we're moving into. I believe that we must embrace the future, embrace what technology can do for us, and use it to give customers choice. And that is why I'm so excited about this initiative, because it gives people the choice to do the right thing. And with that sort of empowerment, people feel good and invest more and more in these initiatives. I'm very proud to be supporting this initiative and providing the very, very best technology in the world to make sure that people can actually make great investment decisions.
Yeah, and that's what this is all about. It's enabling the migration of resources from the pockets of people, I'll say, like me, like you, Anne, like all of our customers, who really overwhelmingly want to do the right thing, but who want to be able to influence what that right thing is. And as I'm the CEO of Standard Chartered Bank, so we operate in 60 plus countries around the world. We made some pretty important commitments in terms of helping finance the transition to a low carbon economy. Right? We've committed to marshal $300 billion of financing, which is desperately needed across the markets where we operate. When we look at obviously the topic of this week and next week at COP26, it's all around the identifying both the trillions of dollars that are needed. Estimates are perhaps as much as now $10 trillion per year needed to finance the transition to a low carbon economy. That's a lot of money. The money's actually there. Right? The money it's willing to be invested. Getting it into the right hands in the right way, guaranteeing or having the highest confidence that the results will be the results that the donors or the investors intended is really hard. And that's a lot of what we're talking about. And each of us has an idea what we would like to do with the resources that we control. And the idea in our own individual way that we can execute that through Shoal is absolutely liberating. And I think in addition to the tremendous actions coming from, I'll say, banks like Standard Chartered, this is our top priority. The rest of the financial services sector that has coalesced in a wonderful way here at COP. And governments, of course, who are doing their bit. We would always like them to do more along the way. This is a tremendous coalition that can actually tackle the most existential and substantial problem of our day. And again, to be able to do this in our own way and together with you and Starling is super exciting.
Thank you, Bill. I think that these sort of initiatives can be one part of a whole puzzle of addressing customer choice, addressing the issues that customers want to do things differently, and us as an industry, a banking industry, plugging into what customers are currently feeling and thinking. And doing it with technology. Starling is very, very proud to be providing the technology platform and the capability to allow your processes and your proposition to hopefully succeed. It's exciting, and I'm really, really excited by some of the initiatives and some of the things I've heard today and all the things that are going on this week. Isn't it wonderful that so many people are embracing this very, very important topic? Yeah, I think things are going to change. It's urgent and things are going to happen. And I'm very, very proud to be actually taking part in this event today.
So here we are. We're going to wrap up now. It's a great pleasure to be able to introduce Shoal to all of you that are listening. Join shoal.co.uk. I sound a little bit like a carnival barker, but it's because I believe in this product. Right? This is something that I intend to use. It's going to be my main payment card in the UK, and I'll feel like I'm making my own bit of difference along the way. So, and thanks for your great partnership. Thanks to those of you who are listening, and please join us on this odyssey.